Hi guys, Lazerbolt here, and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to talk Star Wars and 3D print Boba Fett's Firespray gunship, the Slave1. First of all, who is Boba Fett?
I am Boba Fett.
That's him.
My name is Boba Fett.
That's him too.
I am Boba Fett.
Okay, settle down. Alright, what do you say we get started on this awesome 3D printing project?
Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett.
I found this fantastic model of the Slave1 for free on My Mini Factory. It even comes with some great documentation that has all the assembly instructions and all that stuff. It's good stuff. Grab it. There's a link in the description down below. Wow, that is a huge number of pieces to print out. This is going to be a nice big project. So let's see how many of these we can fit on the build plate at one time. So ordinarily I would only print one or two things at once because it adds so much extra time to the print as the head moves around the build plate working on one piece at a time. It's usually better if it just works on one piece. It goes a lot quicker. But since there's so many pieces involved, out of convenience sake, I figured let's just fill the build plate up and go with that. Well, I managed to get about a third of the pieces on here, so let's go ahead and slice this up and see how long it's going to take. Woof! 1 day and 10 hours. Holy moly, that's a long time. That's easily the biggest print I've ever made. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's do this. Alright, this is getting off to a good start. We've got about 35 hours until it's done. After all, this is only about a third of the print, so we have a long ways to go. I have been absolutely loving the book of Boba Fett, and these last couple episodes are next level.
There's been a lot of talk about what to call Boba Fett's spaceship, so I've come up with a list of acceptable names. First of all, you can call it Boba Fett's Starship if you want. Simple and to the point. Perfect. How about Jango Fett's hand-me-down spaceship? All true, perfectly acceptable. Or why not Bib Fortuna's party bus? After all, he did own it for 5 years, and I could totally see Bib and General Clevis running around the galaxy, having a good old time, partying the ears off of Gondarks and entertaining many Bothans. I think that's canon now. Or how about Omega Fett's brother's starship? Come on, everybody loves Omega. She's adorable. That's her twin brother.
I am Boba Fett.
Yes, we know. If you want, you could simply call it the Firespray. That's an acceptable choice. After all, it is a Firespray class cruiser. That'd be just like calling it a Cadillac or a B-52 or something like that. Perfectly fine. And my favorite name for Boba Fett's ship is the Slave1. That's what I've called it my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, that's what I've known it as. But the fact is, they've never called the ship the Slave1 in any of the movies or live-action TV shows or anything like that, ever. So it looks like Disney's just going to continue doing that. All right, let's get back to this project we got going on.
So at about the 2.5 hour mark, I ran into a little problem. You see these little screws down here on the bottom, a couple of them became detached from the build plate, and if I don't do something about it quickly, it's going to keep trying to print those screws, making just a big noodly mess. So I came up with a plan to help make up for that 0.3 millimeters difference in the build plate and the head, and I've never tried this before, but I thought maybe to raise things up I could put a couple pieces of blue painter's tape down. I made a little stack of about 8 or 9 pieces of tape and stuck it on there, and lo and behold, it worked like a charm. Awesome, let's keep going.
So lately I've really been enjoying rewatching the saga with the archival audio commentary. It's different from the regular audio commentary that you'd find on the Blu-rays and things like that. If you have the digital copies of the movies, you can watch them on the website Movies Anywhere. And you'll notice if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's an additional commentary track. There's the regular one, and then there's this archival audio that they put together. I've been really enjoying all the little tidbits of information you can pick up here and there, and there's some interesting stuff here. I suggest you check them out. One tidbit I found interesting is here's George Lucas himself talking about Boba Fett not dying in the Sarlacc pit.
Boba Fett was just another one of the minions, another one of the bounty hunters and bad guys. But he became such a favorite of everybody's for having such a small part. He had a very large presence. Because most people don't believe he died anyway. I had contemplating putting that extra shot in where he climbs out of the hole, but you know, I figure it doesn't quite fit in the end.
So anybody who thinks that Boba Fett coming back is a little bit odd or forced, rest assured George Lucas had that planned all along. Here's another neat clip of George Lucas defending the use of digital characters and CGI for storytelling in Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm still amused by people that somehow think that when you use cyber technology or digital technology in movies, it's fake. But when you look at a scene in here, like Jabba's palace, Now there's some digital characters in here, but they're no more or less fake than all the other characters that are in here. I mean, is a digital character more fake than a big fat rubber character? I mean, there's nothing real here at all. And it's hard to say that, a rubber character has more integrity than a digital character. What I try to do is just make the characters become believable.
So it really all boils down to using the best tools you have to tell the best story. Great stuff.
Alrighty, 35 hours later, and this first print is finally done. Let's go ahead and begin printing the rest of it. It's going to take a while, and we can eventually start putting this thing together.
Well, all right, that took a while, but we finally have all the parts printed. There's 34 of them in total. It's a lot of pieces to put together, but let's go ahead and start assembling this thing.
Look how cool this is. You don't even need any glue. You just print out a bunch of these little screws, and you use those to put everything together.
So there you go. Pretty cool, huh?
Wizard.
Like the way that turned out. Very neat. Look at that. Stuff moves and everything. It's plenty big enough to sit an action figure inside. Very cool. All right, guys, I really enjoyed this project today, and I hope you can join me again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.